Oh yeah, there's another Penitent Magdalene. Right, there's nothing else I can investigate here. There's nothing else no other connections I can make.
What do you need?
You
What
can't
can I do for you?
do anything
Let us
for
get back.
me. Like, I think I've done everything. Like, I've looked at the fireplace, I've seen everything there. Let's have another look at Irene's body. Maybe there's... Okay, no.
From analyzing the victim's body.
Not by the...
Yeah, not by the flames. Yeah. And then we have the conversation with Hastings where we say, oh yeah, it wasn't by the flames. And he goes, it wasn't by the flames? The painting, then? No, nothing new. Although, can I grab any of the things? No. The champagne glass. There's the syringe, and I don't know why. Oh, that's just paint on the rug. Yeah, I want to interact with the syringe, because that seems to be what I would suggest was what killed her. Is you put a spike in and you use the syringe instead. Or you syringe through the hole. Something. Clear trail of where the fire was intended to burn. Accelerant was used. Okay, we've already looked at that. Why can't I interact with the key? Is there anything else here I can interact with? It's right there. You can see it. It's basically under your nose. You got a really rubbish moustache. Oh. Oh, this is a different key. Okay. So what's the other red key for, then? Help me complete my search of the apartment. Champagne. Inexpensive vintage crate of champagne left over from the gala. It may not be the finest champagne. I imagine most of the guests at the gala were unaware. Yeah, they had probably had sufficient. Pungent smell of turpentine expels from the bottle. Halt on the culprit's heels. Okay, there we go. Nope, turned it wrong way. Now we have a key. So there's a bright red key over there. What's that for? Another accounts book. A sales ledger with an embossed envelope containing £50 notes. I'm not surprised Mademoiselle locked it away. Anger of the Many, £75. Discovery of Redemption, 125. Penitent Magdalene, 150. Morning in Bloom, 100. Penitent Magdalene, 100. Yep. Selling forgeries to people. Right. Inexpensive vintage crate of champagne. Right, the turpentine scorch trail.
Logical thinking shall always prevail.
The start of the fire was no accident. It was set with intent to damage and kill. I don't have any more links. Maybe we chat with Hastings?
What do you need?
I don't know. Oh, the fire.
It wasn't an accident. It was set on purpose, using turpentine to douse any evidence of them being there. And the forgery.
An almost perfect execution, had we not arrived in time before the evidence had burned away.
But why try and get rid of the necklace?
Spoken like a true detective.
Need to discuss something
What can
with
I do for you?
Oh, never mind.
Let us get back.
Okay. Can we have another look at the necklace then? I can't pick it up. No, okay. Right. Okay, so I was hoping for a bit more. No, I've just opened it. Right, okay. There's nothing. Do I have a new item or is that just the key? Oh no, the ledger's book. Oh, can I compare it then? Ah, we compare it. Mademoiselle has made a large number of sales, although not all of them appear to be accounted for. 3 high-priced sales. Anyone could see this as bad financial management unless there is something she's trying to remain hidden.
Didn't you speak with her neighbour before? Might she be able to help?
Okay. No, I want to try and figure things out. Iron involved in some kind of fraud, and she creates replicas of the. She's created replicas of the penitent Magdalene.
I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse.
Oh, 3 high-priced sales involved in some kind of fraud.
The evidence suggests something else.
That's the fraud, you idiot. Right, 3 high-priced sales, replicas of the penitent Magdalene. Okay. Oh, burnt painting was a replica.
Voila.
Yeah, her sales ledgers and her movements that day after the gala says she sold 2 of her paintings. 2 paintings day after the gala. She's created replicas of the penitent Magdalene.
Order and method.
Is it just something stupid like I've jumped ahead?
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Yeah. A forgery of the penitent Magdalene along with omissions from her account suggests she is selling forgeries. Yes. Okay. And I think I've inspected this as much as possible. So let's go and have a chat with Ms. Colsham. Let's see what happens. Because we still haven't actually got the real painting, have we? Which I assume is now what we're doing. We've discovered, or we think we've discovered, what happened.
Is it that
The
copper
theft.
again? What do you want?
I was hoping to ask you some questions regarding the fire. May I ask your name?
You aren't coming in. You can get that into your head now. Mrs. Colsham. Camilla Colsham.
Merci, Madame Colsham.
Mademoiselle Courtsmythe was not alone in her apartment yesterday.
She hardly had any visitors, but yesterday it was like she had a sign up offering out free ale.
If you would be so kind as to talk us through the events as you remember them.
Well, I saw her leaving with a couple of paintings under her arm. You've seen her work? Not really my cup of tea. Then there was that posh-looking chap. I heard him before I saw him. Like an elephant on those stairs.
So, Aylesworth, and we already suspect that, or I already suspect that his heart attack was somewhat faked to be a distraction. We did in that hear a woman scream. Well, he heard the woman scream and then he had a heart attack. So I wonder if the heart attack was to distract people from the scream, of her kind of pulling it and maybe it falling a little bit.
Next came the professional-looking fella. He's got some money in those pockets, that's for sure. I saw him leaving with a painting, too. Oh, and the argument with another man? I couldn't hear what it was all about, but he had a set of lungs on him.
You are doing a wonderful job, Madame Colsham.
You can keep the patronizing tone to yourself. She must have turned her radio up to disguise what they were saying, but I tell you this, I'd rather have listened to them than that racket. It wasn't long before he was storming down the stairs. I don't think he'd heard the expression light-footed before.
Would you be able to remember any other details of the gentleman?
Through this people, you can barely tell who's man and woman. I didn't hear her leave, but when I heard that door downstairs slam, I knew it was her. I opened my door and gave her what for. And you know what she did? She waved me off, bottle of bubbles in hand. Ranting about being dry, she looked 2 sheets to the wind, if you ask me. Only after did she turn the radio down. I wasn't going to waste the peace and quiet, and I got ready for bed. I was getting right into the exciting bit of my book. Perkins' first one, you know. I do like Perkins. Well, that's when I first smelt the smoke coming from the hall. And then you lot showed up.
Merci, Madame. You have been most accommodating.
Oh, and I found this in the garden. It's obviously hers. I was going to put it through her letterbox, but, well, you know.
The cork from a champagne bottle. It would not be a giant leap to assume this came from Mademoiselle Courtsmith's apartment. A smell lingers on the cork. Bitter almonds.
Yes. Injected into the
Merci,
champagne.
Madame Cochon.
Through the hole with a syringe. Right. Right. Pierced cork. Ooh, what do I connect that with then? Right, well, what was the new things? She came home with champagne. Was she given it?
Is there something?
Okay. Yeah, she already had all of those.
Magnifique.
Why would she feel the need to purchase more when she already had bottles in her apartment? Yes. Okay. Oh, yes. Doesn't seem to make sense. Unless she thought she didn't want to drink that anymore because it tasted a bit bitter. Because of the almonds? Maybe. Is this where I look at the syringe and tell you, and it tells me what I've been saying from the beginning? No, no, no. Don't go down. She was drinking with someone. Can I interact with the syringe? No. No. Okay. Oh, there's an open window, though. Can't interact with that. Chat with Hastings, and maybe that allows me to make conclusions, because that page
What do
doesn't...
you need?
Ooh. Smell of bitter almonds on the champagne cork.
Almonds? I've never had champagne that tasted of almonds.
One would hope not. Mademoiselle's lips may hold the missing clue we require.
Okay. The painting.
Of course, the painting. Irene had made forgeries of the Penitent Magdalene painting and was likely selling them for a pretty penny, I might add.
Need to discuss something.
What can I do for you?
No. Okay,
Let us
nothing.
get...
So we go look at the body. Smell of almonds remains on her breath. What? How can it remain on her breath if she's dead? Because that means she's not breathing. Was poisoned, pierced cork.
The answer was staring me in the face.
Yes. Cork was pierced with the champagne tap and the poison administered. Yeah. Is that why she got a new one?
I must take a different approach
Okay.
if I am...
And the fire was deliberately started. Oh, that was it? I thought maybe that we give us some... You would have said something a bit more. Okay, and we go back to Hastings then.
What do you need?
The poison.
The killer used a syringe to inject a liquid form of the poison through the cork and into the bottle.
Potassium cyanide. Traces of the compound can be found in nature, but dangerous levels, such as those present, can be detected by its notable almond smell.
And she fell victim shortly after in her chair.
And what we've learnt so far.
I don't know if I'm cut out for this.
Take your time. Consider what we have seen and learnt of Mademoiselle Courtsmith's time here yesterday.
Okay, firstly, we know that she had a number of visitors and an argument with one of them. Among these visitors, one left with a painting, perhaps another forgery.
Très bien.
Irene wasn't drinking alone, and whoever she was drinking with likely poisoned her.
Okay. Need to discuss
can I do for you?
something. Okay.
Let us get back.
Oh, no.
What do you need?
And then it will not be long before the detective inspector returns. I assume that's kind of, we're done.
What are you going to tell him?
The truth. He may hope for a simple and somewhat convenient version of events, but he cannot ignore the facts that we shall present.
My crime scene's still intact.
Of course, Detective Inspector. There is something that...
There's nothing more to say.
Pardon, Detective Inspector. The truth is that Mademoiselle Irene Court Smythe was murdered.
Right you are. I'll be sure to make a note.
But you won't.
Excuse me? Are you forgetting who you're talking to?
He is well aware of your authority and your capability of coming to the same conclusion. We only wish to inform you of our findings.
Well, my men have been in, as have I, and I've concluded that the Mademoiselle, as you so elegantly called her, made off with the painting and decided to have a few drinks to celebrate. She passed out drunk in the chair, candle still lit, and the place went up like a match.
Detective Inspector, s'il vous plaît. It is really not that simple.
Who are you calling simple?
He's not calling you simple, he's saying that isn't how it happened. How can you ignore the bottle of champagne that had been tampered with? The smell of poison on the cork.
You're both experts in poison now, are you?
I do not wish to stand here and argue credentials. Mademoiselle Court Smythe was killed, not by the fire that burned through her home, but at the hands of another. Her drink, laced with potassium cyanide.
Quite the imagination you two have.
Look, we can show.
No. We shall leave the Detective Inspector to discover the truth for himself. Detective, adieu. Monsieur Hastings, you must learn which battles are worth the fight. Besides, we have no time to stand squabbling with him. We have a murder to solve.
Knowing now that the painting is not the original, I feel a sense of relief seeing it in its damaged state. Apparently. We're complete. Woohoo.
That was quite a night. I feel exhilarated, yet exhausted. Triumphant at what we have discovered, but mournful for Miss Court Smythe.
It is being able to control those emotions and still see the bigger picture that separates the best detectives from those that merely like the thought of such responsibility.
So do you think it must have been one of the guests at the gala?
An accomplice disguised as a guest turned murderer. A master criminal they may appear to be, but they have never crossed paths with Belgium's greatest detective.
I think I just felt a chill.
Now we must speak with the guests of the gala again, as well as find Monsieur Christiansen, who has continued to evade my questions. I have no doubt one or more of them will hold the answers we require regarding the death of Mademoiselle Court Smythe.
And so we begin chapter 5. But this is where we will put the cut in for today. And next time we will interrogate or interview more of our suspects. And hopefully work out what happened or who happened to Irene Court Smythe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.